everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for popping on here on this call. Where are you guys? If you want to put in the comments, let me know where you're from. Are you from, assuming everyone's United States, which part are you from? I'm from California, in case you didn't know that. Arizona. Okay, cool. Arizona. Love that. Beautiful. Well, today I'm going to be diving into the law of contrast. And I'm very, very, very excited to be talking to you guys about this. So I believe you guys saw here we go, as people are coming in. You saw the two videos where I kind of did an intro on TikTok. And then I did a little cool kind of highly edited version with a voiceover, which I'm going to be diving into today as well. So yay, zooming in from Arizona. Love that. Are you still in California, Liana, or did you move there? Love it. From Texas. Love it. Okay. Well, a little bit about me here. Oh, wait, hold on. People are coming through. Yay. Okay. These are the people that had the other link. So yay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. People are joining in. Beautiful. Nothing like a little tech glitch before, you dive into something really important, right? You moved to Arizona. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, make sure I'm plugged in here. Okay, so we've got Ashley. Good to see you, Ashley. Ciara. Let me know if I say your name wrong too. Colleen's on here. Genevieve, Ileana, Julie, Lise. Glad you made it. Hey, Megan, Nick. So Tracy on here. Also, hi, Leonard. Tracy on here. For those of you that don't know, she's my business bestie and also my mom. So we have kind of started, well, we didn't start. We've been doing this a long time. We are in business together and we have the Inspired Lifestyle. And so you're going to hear me talking about her just so you know who she is, right? That's my mama. She's on here. Beautiful. Healing generational trauma, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. More people might be trickling through, but that's okay. So I'm super excited, you guys, to be talking about the law of contrast. A few of you here have been with me for a couple of years. A few of you here are completely new to who I am. So before I dive into a bunch of information, I do want to let you know that I will not be selling to you today. Okay, I feel like, when you're hearing information nowadays, you're kind of like waiting for like, okay, what does this mean? There will be no sales pitch. There is not going to be anything here. I am right now so excited to be really cultivating community and really, really bringing us together and bringing this information to as many people that are willing to listen. So one of the things that I do have is I'm creating a free course login so that, there's resources or, things that I say, hey, go download, or I create MP3s or, things like that. So I do have, we're closing up an experience that we called alignment waves, and we're diving into contrast. So I want to give you guys a link here. Okay, this is the website. It's in the chat box. That's my website. Okay, if you go there, it will take you to alignment waves. Okay, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's get the course free, right? You put in your name, email. That way I'll be able to email you when we have, calls like this as well. It'll be a little easier, but that's going to be like our hub. Okay. So I'm going to have class announcements in there. I'm going to have class replays in there. I'm going to have kind of like a very exciting resource place for you guys in there. So be sure to check it out. I'm going to be adding the law of contrast information, but I wasn't able to get that all ready for you guys before this call. So it's like almost ready. So it'll stay alignment waves, but it's going to be changing over into law of contrast. So be sure to check that out. And there you go. Okay. So law of contrast. I've been like so excited to teach this. Back in 2015, I heard very clearly, you are going to teach the law of contrast. And then I never really heard anything about it again, right? It was one of those things where I had it in the back of my mind, you know, like, okay, well, when are we going to teach that? Like, that's so exciting. Went on this journey of teaching spirituality, psychology, right? We kind of have this really beautiful blend of psychology and soul. And my mom and I have been working with clients and, you know, for however many years now, right? How long has that been? 2015 to 2022? It's a long time. What is that, 8 years? Can't do math today. Cannot do math this morning. You know, around there. 7 years. There we go. 7 years. And I went to go record a class for our students. And I open my eyes, and all of a sudden, I start speaking the law of contrast. And for 2 hours, didn't stop. It was like this download of information. And so I'm super excited to be teaching, because I thought like, oh, well, maybe we just aren't teaching that, right? It's been 7 years. But isn't that funny? Like sometimes we need the experience and we need the journey to kind of circle back until we're really, really ready. And I find it hilarious because 7 years later, TikTok is around. Now, a lot of you found me on TikTok. I've been so anti-TikTok, it's not even funny. Like, I'm a millennial, guys. Okay. I'm going to be 35 in November. I'm just like, man, that app is for kids, like all the, you know, all the things we say. I log on there, a month ago on this account here. I'm having so much fun. It's like amazing. I didn't want to like step out with my first video being law of contrast, because a month ago there was like 30 people, right? Like it's like, okay, I gotta wait a little bit. So today I'm super excited because it's been growing like crazy, and you guys are really, really ready for this. And so I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm just not, and that's okay. So anything that I say here, I am speaking from my experience, my perspective. I do not expect everyone else to have my experience or my perspective, right? And so whatever you feel on this call, go with it, okay? If you feel a connection, if you feel bonded, hey, I've been looking for you. If you're like, wow, woo, this girl's crazy, that's okay. All right. I'm allowed to be crazy, and I like to hang out with the crazies anyways. Okay. So no pressure at all. That being said, I think I've got all the admin stuff out of the way, right? Check. Free course, check. I'm crazy, check. Hope you are too. Okay. Yes. Here we go. So why am I teaching the law of contrast? Why? When you guys were watching the video on TikTok where, and some of you may not have seen it yet. Okay. If you haven't, I'll make sure to link it. When you were watching that video, there was this line in the video where I said, and I am angry and I am angry. Darkness has taken something from you. And there's an anger here. Everyone on this call, I don't care what your walk of life is, if you have found your way to my call, you have emotional trauma, you have emotional pain, you have something that you can't get over. There's something that is just bothering you. And if you're not, like, man, sorry, welcome to the wrong call this morning. Good morning. But yeah, that part is so important to me because I know from personal experience how deep emotional pain goes. All right. On this call, there are people on here from all walks of life, and there are people on here with deep, deep, deep pain. And this is not a, well, I have more pain than you. No, I have more pain than you. We all have pain. I myself am not going to say that I have more pain than anyone or anything like that. I have enough pain to understand a reflection of your pain, right? But I want you to know here in this group, it doesn't matter if you had a narcissistic, abusive parent, marriage, relationship, friend, if you had sexual abuse, if you had any type of physical abuse, any type of label, mental illness, whatever label you want to call it, everyone here on the call, including myself, is in this circle. All right. Generational trauma is huge, huge. Okay. Now, I consider myself one of the lucky ones. All right. Because my mom, Tracy, hello. She was really the first one to break from the generational trauma, to start healing. There was just a lot of, we grew up in poverty. There was a lot of emotional damage, a lot of physical abuse, things like that. My mom said, we are going to move off this mountain. All right. We used to live on a mountain. It was like a literal mountain, right? I'm going to get us off the mountain. And so she was the first one to start moving mountains, which is what generational trauma healing is, right? It is a freaking, like, you have to push a mountain. But what's really cool is once you move mountains, you're able to change the stars. And that's what I want for you here. Okay, we're going to move mountains. And for most of you on the call, I'm pretty sure you are going to be that first generation. You're going to be like my mom. And I say every day to my mom, you had it so much harder than I did. And so the amount of respect I have for anyone on this call, I may not be first generation, of generational healing. Let me tell you what, I saw my mom raise 4 of us girls practically by herself while healing this, right? I have the utmost respect for anyone dealing with that in their life. Now, what's really cool about what we do here is everything that we kind of put forward, or that I put forward, right, is going to be a blend of everything out there. All right. I don't consider myself a spiritual person. I don't consider myself a psychology person. I don't consider myself a whatever person, not normal, not anything. I'm Kayla. I'm here. I'm so excited that you're here. And there is a blend and knowledge of everything that you are going to be hearing and seeing. So that line in the video, I love that. I cried from that video. I did too. I cried editing that video. I cried watching that video because I feel it so much. I feel it so much But here's the thing about those of us who are looking to heal from pain and those of us that are looking to heal generational trauma, whatever abuse we've been handed. No one fights for you. No one fights for you. You feel alone, you feel isolated. It feels like, at least for me, my family, aside from like my mom, right? My family hated me, still hates me. I'm the crazy one. I'm the emotional one. I'm the one that is too much. But something really amazing is happening. And there is a wave of people waking up to this change. And so, yes, there's an awakening of generational trauma. There is an awakening to what this means. But what I'm talking about with the law of contrast is something a little deeper than what you've heard. There's something a little fishy going on out there. All right. I think it's kind of funny. I'll maybe use that word, funny, even though it's not funny, haha. It's funny, like, you know, funny, make you cry funny. Isn't it curious? That's a good word. I find it curious. Thank you, Jules. Curious. Why do you think it's only those of us that feel deeply that have been impacted by this wave of toxicity? I believe that something happened that shouldn't have. All right, I'm going to be talking a lot about energy and vibration, okay? There are certain laws in energy, right? There are universal laws. There are certain laws that, you know, you have to abide by. I believe that a rule in energy was broken. All right, this is my perspective. I believe a rule in energy was broken because guess what? If you think back to when your trauma first started, it will always be in childhood. Will always be in childhood. Now, I don't care where you live in the United States, you can't do certain things until a certain age because you aren't an adult. You don't know how to think for yourself, right? There's just, yes, there in childhood. So in the video, I put two little flashes of kids because here's where energy, darkness, I'll refer to it as darkness, where they made a mistake. Darkness stole your mind. Darkness stole your mind at an age where you didn't have choice. This is a great point in the womb, actually. So some of us might have even started trauma in the womb. That takes something from you. Now, law of contrast is not the law of opposite. It's not the law of polarity. Okay, there's a lot of different ideas. There's lots of different subjects and topics I'm going to be talking about. But today, I'm going to be introducing the eclipse of the mind. The eclipse of your mind. So if you saw my TikToks, you know that there are two different emotion centers, right? What? All right. We have soul emotions and human emotions. Here on this call, I want you to look at the brain up here, okay? The brain up here. The brain is separate from your mind when I'm talking to you here. Your mind is not your brain, okay? So take your mind away from your brain. Your mind is consciousness, who you are, right? We all have a brain that somewhat works the same, but the mind is very different. The mind is how we choose to work our brain, okay? By the way, I'm no scientist here. If you haven't gathered, okay, you could probably learn that within a few seconds of looking at any social media profile I have, okay? So hang with me, okay? You didn't come here for science anyways, you came here for feeling, okay? All right. I'm gonna try to explain this with apples, okay? So bear with me here. I've got some props this morning. Bear with me. I want you to think about your mind, okay? Not your brain, your mind. Your mind is who you are, where it connects your soul and your human experience. Is your mind. This is how you make choices. This is how you think for yourself. This is where you keep your desires, your dreams, your thoughts, your secrets. This is what you try to fix when you go to therapy. This is what you try to fix before you find love. When you go to an energy healer and you say, here, help. Because I must be broken. I don't feel like myself. I'm lost. I have emotional pain beyond what I can even recognize. I'm numb. I'm not even me. What's wrong with me? Is this resonating with any of you guys? What's wrong with me? I'm broken. I have all the emotions, none of which feel like mine. Here's one of the biggest concepts in the law of contrast. And it also happens to be why I am teaching you here today. The eclipse of the mind. What happens when I show you a different perspective? Right? Apples. You couldn't see this apple back here, right? So it's not there. The apple's not there unless perspective changes. You have been looking for yourself with this apple. Where am I? What's wrong with me? I'm broken. I'm lost. And I'm telling you, yes, you are lost. You've gone missing. But you are still there. But I believe that darkness has placed, let's see if I can, I need more hands, an eclipse of the mind. You don't know about your other apple. Okay? In law of contrast, you have two minds. If you have been hurt by trauma, something has happened in the brain chemistry. All right, the brain chemistry. So the perception of you is this. Guess what? You could go to God herself with this apple and say, fix me. That ain't your apple. This is what you're looking for. So when I'm talking about perspective, or when I'm talking about minds, or when I'm talking about, trauma or things out there, it goes a little bit deeper than what's out there. I'm gonna try to show you on piece of paper here. I need like a whiteboard, I feel like, for these classes. Hold on, I need to put that on the list. Whiteboard. Okay, here we go. We're gonna use pen today. All right, you guys still with me? Is this helpful with the visuals? Okay, there's gonna be lots of visuals explaining energy here. Okay, I'm gonna take something that's very hard to grasp and try to bring it to something tangible, like the magnets video. Oh, by the way, fun fact, did you guys see the magnets video that I did with law of contrast? So legit, the next day, one of my psychic friends sends me a link to this new crop circle that showed up in Russia, okay, with the magnets. It's crazy, okay? I was like, what? Oh my gosh, let me see if I have it right here to show you guys. I don't know how to do like a TikTok on that without being crazy. Okay, let's see here. I can't find it quickly. I'll get back to my drawing here. I take so many pictures of my kids. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it. Got too many pictures in here. Gonna have to find it for you guys because it's crazy. Here, let me pull up. And she sent it to me on Messenger. This is gonna blow your mind. It'll be worth it. Oh, my mom just texted me. Oh, didn't show up. Promise it's worth it, guys. There we go. Okay. All right, you guys remember the magnets. Hopefully you'll be able to see it from Zoom here. Do you see it? Hold on, gotta put me out of the background. All right, do you see the two magnets here? Remember like the blue and the orange ones? All right, the whole thing are those magnets connecting. I was like, what? Anyways, that was pretty cool. Anyways, back to here. Okay. Gonna draw you a diagram and hopefully it will make sense. Okay. Soul, body. A darker pen. Okay. This is your soul. This is your body. Okay. Law of contrast says we have two emotion centers that aren't connected. Okay. I'm also telling you today your soul is attached to a mind, and your body is attached to a mind, right? Not yours, but a mind. All right. Now we have the whole point of law of contrast is to bring your soul and your body to connect that. Okay. To connect the bottom. Sorry, it's a little blurry. There we go. To connect the bottom line. Then we also have to make a choice to connect your two minds into one. So the whole point of law of contrast is to become a triangle. To become a triangle. Okay. Now, some of us got some shapes here. I'm going to be teaching all about these. Okay. Some of us are going to be all different kinds of shapes, depending on the pain that we're experiencing or what we're trying to heal from. All right. So I'll be helping you identify how to know which shape you are. Okay. Not for judgment purposes, but so you can connect and become a triangle. So you are one experience, one whole person. Have you guys ever felt like there are two minds inside of you? Like one part of you wants so badly to experience like something beautiful in your life, and the other part of you, like it's deeper than self-sabotage. All right, it's deeper than that. This apple right here, okay, at the cellular level, this apple, darkness has given you this apple, and it has told you the only way you're going to experience love is this apple. The only way people are going to love you is this apple. The only way that you are going to experience anything that you want is this apple. This apple is conditioning. It is conditioning at, if you were raised by non-feelers, it's conditioning from church, it's conditioning from social media, it's conditioning from friends, it's conditioning from whatever it is in your life. If you have had trauma, if you have had an eclipse of the mind, you have been told and trained who to be as a kid, when you don't have the choice to choose. Not about you, but that gets me angry. And this conditioning here tells you, it's also conditioning of toxic positivity. Okay. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about that here too. Just, focus on your thoughts, focus on what you want, and like life will fall from the sky for you. Just be positive. Just get over it. It's not that big of a deal, right? Just sign up for my 45-minute session and you will be healed from pain. Whatever it is. Okay. What happens is everything around you in your life affirms the belief that works for everyone else but you. You're the only one. You're the only one that's broken. You're the only one that wants to try to go against and try to find this. But here's the really, really interesting thing. Yes, it's perfection in programming. Perfectionism, okay? We're going to take it a step deeper here when we're teaching perfectionism. That's this. You must be perfect. And I'm talking about perfect beyond what you even realize perfectionism is. And the whole point of this apple is you will never be able to reach it. You'll never be able to reach it. You'll never be good enough. You'll never be this apple, because even though you may not see your other apple, here's a really cool thing about us. You may have distracted us with pain, where we have learned to not trust our intuition, where we have learned to not trust our feelings. But guess what? I am telling you, your feelings, your emotions, they're telling you not to give up on your apple. You, the real you, this apple. And here's the thing. We have a choice, right? In order to connect, in order to connect and be a triangle, we have a choice, right? But if I tell you, choose the apple that you want to be, there's one apple, right? Well, all right, I only have one choice. But if I tell you, choose the apple that you want to be, now you actually have choice. And this is where darkness really got it twisted. Because it wasn't really a choice, was it? I mean, technically speaking, that might be their loophole, sure. But someone's pissed. Someone's angry. That someone, the opposite of darkness. And that light, that love, that purity is angry. Angry enough to find some crazy like me to bring apples to your morning, to help guide you back to you. I'm not here to tell you that I can heal you on a call, which is why this is not going to be just one call, right? This is a community. This is something I'm going to be devoting my time to. I would love for you to go download the free course, become a part of my inner circle here, because we're going to be diving into this, and it's going to take time. And the one thing that just irks us so much when we have this is how much time we have had stolen. And there's this urgency and this desperation to just give me the answer today. Give it to me right now. Like, you are withholding what I need. Just tell me, like, this begging for someone to have mercy on you. But that sense of urgency is actually this apple. Because the sense of urgency will only find you the quick fix. And it's another little conditioning thing that happened here to ensure that you will never, ever heal. Your soul, who you are, your mind, it trusts the timing. Darkness underestimates love. There's this imagery I love to use with I love Christmas, okay? The Who's of Whoville, all right? The Grinch stole Christmas. You can take all the presents. You can take all the trees. Do it, right? Because then I'll have nothing left. I'll have nothing to lose, right? But Christmas morning, those who's, they sing. They sing together. And they feel. Because the moral of that story, right, is Christmas is a feeling. It's not a thing. Darkness may understand pain, but it does not understand emotion, which is why it's so afraid of it. Think about the dark people in your life. They hate it when you feel something, right? Second you start to feel something, oh, more drama, more conditioning, more anything to stop you from this. What is this? Here, we are going to be brave enough to feel because we are afraid of our feelings. Because we are afraid that if we feel too much, we're going to be lost forever. Now, some of us may have our apples like, whoa, really far. Okay. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because how you bring your apple closer to you, right? Daily choices, connecting the minds. Okay. My whole goal here is to help connect your two emotion centers, which is going to be connecting your soul with your life, your energy with your experience, and connecting your minds through choice into one. Now, if there is one thing I could tell you that can help you the quickest way today, the quickest way to find your apple, all right, for all of you that really do want a shortcut, okay? You have to follow hope and inspiration. And I'm not talking about gratitude, okay? Because this apple can find lots of stupid gratitude, okay? Like, it isn't going to help you. I'm talking about feeling. I need you to find hope, just a glimmer, a glimmer. I'm not talking about silver lining. I'm talking about hope. Hope. For me, that looked like, oh, let's start a TikTok account that no one will watch me on. Hope is, look at you guys here today, listening to my apples. Emotion. Hope is knowing that whoever needs to find themselves, source, love, light, whatever you want to call it, will go out of her way to bring us together in ways that don't even make sense. Like transitions on TikTok, or maybe we found each other on Instagram when Instagram was the thing at one point, right? Wherever we found each other. Darkness doesn't understand that when we feel seen, when our soul feels like finally, someone sees me, we are loyal. We are loyal and we stick together. We are stronger together. Darkness only works when we're alone. You ever notice that? Maybe that's why we got placed in families where we are the only one. So what happens when we start talking? What happens when we start feeling together? What happens when we rise up? There's a part in the video, chills felt. Oh, I have like so many chills right now. It's ridiculous. There's a part in the video where the words say, rise up. We are waking up. There are just so many souls waking up to even what trauma is. And that's beautiful, as that is how we found the hashtag to find each other. But there is also a different calling. There is something bigger going down. And we need each other. We need each other. For those of you that are new, bye Amanda. For those of you that are new here, if you go to the website, theinspiredlifestyle.com, you put that in here, you will see another YouTube video. And that is called Find the Magic in Yourself. That was my first kind of comeback video. I'm a mom, got two under two. Well, one just turned two. So a 2-year-old and 7-month-old. There was this moment where I was like, maybe I just want to be a mom. Maybe I just want to like feel normal. You know, you ever feel that? And for a moment, I thought about just putting it all away. Putting it all away in this little box and saying, I got to experience it for 7 years, and that's good. Maybe it's time for the next phase. And I went in my car because that's the only quiet place that I have. So any like highly edited recorded video you see from me, the audio was me in the garage in my car with like a blanket over my head, okay, to like help the sound quality. All right. So you can just picture that next time you're watching one of those really cool videos. I closed my eyes and the words came out. And I was crying editing the videos. I cried editing this other video. I'm crying now with you. Because there was this line in my, whatever you want to call it, poetic lyric that said, how will they know me? How will they hear me? Because I believe anyone trying to actually have a voice to help in this world gets blocked. And the line was, they will feel you. I find a lot of hope in that. Because yes, all of you feel familiar somehow. Isn't that weird? That's why I always tell someone, don't listen to me. Feel me. Feel me. Because if you feel me, I've been looking for you. I've been told that you're coming. And while I almost put this away in a box, I said yes. I said yes. And I'm putting myself out there. And you know what happened after I said yes? All of this. You will never, those of you that know me, you can vouch for me here, okay? You will never, ever get, I'm like the worst salesperson ever, all right? Because like half the time I don't even have a sales page. I mean, I do, but I don't. Most of the time I tell people exactly what the price is. Most of the time I say, hey, there's going to be something I sell at like the beginning of the 3 months of like free thing that I'm doing, right? Like I do all the things wrong. I do all the things this tells me is wrong, right? I just go with this. All right. So I just want you to know that I'm creating an epic free experience. All right. Epic. You will not have to give $1 out of your pocket to be here and be in the inner circle. In the free course, there's a little spot for coffee. Sometimes someone like throw coffee my way, and that's really cool. I'm like, hey, thanks, right? Coffee. There also will be paid support, right? I'm in business. I kind of look at it like I'm going to give you the information. If you need help on a one-on-one, like, or like a group, sometimes I do group support, things like that, like I'll charge for that. Okay. So there will be things that I'll have available, but also know that there's going to be a lot here. All right. And I do not feel good in my soul gatekeeping information. Right. Like I'm not going to like bring all this and then say, oh, but only those of you that, you know, didn't have emotional trauma could actually afford it. Right. Because guess what? Like a lot of emotional pain, it impacts our finances. Right. So that being said, I want to be the biggest support here. I want to hear feedback from you. I want you to feel like you do have a sense of family. All right. Here we call it soul family. Okay. For those of you that are new, I have a small little Facebook group called Modern Soul Society. Oh, hey, yeah, that's like our family name. Okay. In there, you can kind of connect with each other. I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook, but it's like the only thing that can get it together with the group thing. So like, I just hate Facebook, but I love our group. Okay. So like, I hear you. I know like a few more people have a profile just for the group. Like that's fine too. Okay. Don't worry. If you want to come join us there, it's great. Yeah. Our group is the only reason I still have it. Same. We just finished a live where we did a 5K together, and I offered energy healing, you know, during our 5K. We've got a ton of things. I call it fake book. That's so funny. I've got a ton of things lined up. My mom and I host a turkey trot on Thanksgiving where we all kind of do like a walking with intention 5K. We hop on lives because we're all over the world, right? We're like not all in the same place. I'm really excited because some of you are going to be coming here this next weekend. My mom and I have some live events that we host where pretty much what you experienced on the video with the music and the, you know, performance style of my voice, you know, we have experiences like that that are very, very exciting. So there's a lot coming your way. I've got a lot of updates to make to the website. But if you're just hanging out on TikTok with me, or I'm going to push that to other platforms as well, that's cool too. That's cool too. But I want to offer the invitation today that you have people in your life that feel the way that you feel. And while we may not have the same experiences, we have a reflection of each other. And here we are going to start feeling. Okay. I'm going to be having some really cool classes where we identify feeling in a really safe way. I am very educated in psychology in the background of trauma. So I also understand what's too much, what's not, because trauma does, like, we have a brain injury at some level, right? There is a part in the brain, and that's not who we are. That's how we are, right? Our brain is not who we are. When we leave this body, like that brain's done, right? We're connecting who we are together. right? Who we are is what matters. Like we can always, trauma changes the architecture of the brain. That's a beautiful way to word it. It's absolutely true. And there's no way around that, right? There's no way around that. But my little hope for you is that I have this hunch that law of contrast, hang with me, law of contrast can put its own block, right? We'll call it its own little, since darkness can have one, light can have one, right? Around parts of the trauma. Have you guys ever put together that most of your childhood memories aren't there? Like you can't even recall a lot of your childhood. So like when you're trying to find yourself and you say like, oh, well, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Right? Like, I don't know. I don't think I wanted to be anything. You did. Because you're a feeler. Okay. I believe that law of contrast is going to bend this the other direction. So you will start to reclaim pieces of you back. That video ends with become you. You're not going to go find you out there, right? But we're going to take away that eclipse of the mind. We're going to choose you to become you. There is no part of you that is missing outside, that you have to go travel to Europe to find, that you have to go to the depths of some crystal cavern in the middle of the Himalayas, right? Like you don't have to go to the extremes. Here, my mom and I have teamed up to help you move mountains, but not just stop there. We're going to change the stars. Stars being the life you were meant to live before it was taken from you. We're going to fight back. Yeah? None of this like, oh, I'm so grateful for everything in my life. No, we're not. That might work for other people, but that doesn't work for us. Here, we encourage healthy feeling. Get angry. Get angry for the right reasons. Get angry at the right people. Get angry. The motivating kind. The kind that makes you go, yes. Yes, I am here for a reason. You are here for a reason. Everyone on this call, you are here for a reason. Beautiful. I've got some comments here. Sorry, I haven't been reading all the comments. Loved our 5K this weekend. I will definitely join the turkey trot. It's so fun. It's so fun that year. You didn't think you would be here. Oh, my sister just brought me a vintage star necklace for my birthday. Interesting timing with that statement. Love that. Interesting, huh? My Gammy showed up at a mediumship reading recently and called me a star. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. You know, there are forces on the other side that are trying to help us in any way they can. You know, they're like, hey, here's some hope, right? So yes, the big takeaway is connect to the hope, that feeling, right? And also follow anything that inspires you. Okay, the brain or the mind, the conditioned mind does not understand hope and does not understand inspiration. So that's our little loophole to kind of help guide us back in a quicker way. So I want you to think about when you are really inspired, it moves you at what? The soul level, right? I want you to work on finding the feelings of hope and inspiration this week, okay? And keep following it. Ask for it, search for it. Like it's there, okay? It's there. And maybe we've been trained to not see it, okay? But it's there. It's there. So ask for it. You're feeling inspired and hopeful on this call, hopefully, right? So we're starting our streak out in a good little way. I'm going to be here to help you with next steps. So we're going to be having more calls like this. Next call is Monday. I'm going to be posting all of the call details in our course login, also in the Facebook group. Beautiful. Thank you, Genevieve. I'm so happy you guys are here. You've inspired me to come back to myself and to feeling. I love that. Yes, feeling. And I'm going to be having calls where we kind of open up a container, we feel, and then we kind of close the container down because we don't want to go down the avalanche, right? We need to learn the feeling, because guess what? The more we feel our real feelings, not these things, right, that are fake feelings, when we feel our true emotion, it's how we get to here. Okay. So no, it's a lot. I tried to keep it in an hour. Woo! Thank you guys for coming here. Eclipse of the mind. Eclipse of the mind. Questions for me. Anyone have any questions? I know, Julie, this actually is my favorite kind of apple. And I was like, no, but it was the biggest one. And I'm like, they're my favorite ones. Like, I will eat this apple every day, but it'll always make me kind of chuckle, right? So excited with this. Yes, Leonard, I'm so excited. I love that. Yes. That one was a gorgeous apple though. But guess what though? They always make it alluring, right? It's like the biggest, shiniest one to like, but this is actually going to feel better, right? It is. And no, our soul isn't dinky and small, okay? But it is hidden, okay? It's hidden in the eclipse. I kept hearing this morning, like, total eclipse of the heart. You know that song? Oh, I'm dating myself. Oh, total eclipse of the heart. But it's a total eclipse of the mind, okay? Total eclipse of the mind. Can't wait to learn more and connect with myself again. Yes. It's been a lot of my work, harder to do for myself. Absolutely. On some of the call going to be after 12. I am going to play around with the times. I know some people have work, or, you know, we were hosting one on the weekend, but then people were off having fun. And so I'm just kind of like playing with some times, open to feedback on that as well. Last call, we had everyone kind of agreed that Monday was better than the weekend. So I'm rolling with that. But absolutely good song, right? Such a classic. Okay. So everyone's got the link to go sign up for the free experience. Facebook group, Modern Soul Society, it's private. It's a private thing. So I'll have to accept you in there. We like to keep our shenanigans down on the down low, right? Beautiful. Monday's fabulous. Anytime before 5 is great. Perfect. All right, you guys. How are we feeling? Feeling good? Thank you for being here with me. It was so good to see some of you the first time, like seeing your face. So thank you for being here. Super excited for everything that's coming, and stay tuned because we've got some epic connection, information, magic your way. Which link is it on the webpage sign up? Oh, all the way down at the bottom, just the free. I think you're in the free course, right? It's alignment waves, but then I'm going to be changing it. It'll still be the same login, but I'm going to be changing all the law of contrast. So for those of you that are new, you'll see alignment waves, right? But you can check out those videos, lots of great information there as well. That was kind of the precursor to set us up for a law of contrast. But I'll be announcing all the new website pages and stuff on there. But you guys are the first people, first souls here for law of contrast, my first very like private class. So that's very special to me because I know this is just going to continue to grow, and I'm always kind of like keeping my eyes open for like, oh, we're the first people here for law of contrast, right? Because there's meaning to that. So love it. Yeah, Ashley, I think you already signed up. Yeah, if you've got the alignment waves, you should be good. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'll be posting this replay. I'll be sure that you get that link and you know where to find me. Love you guys.